So it is January 1st, 2024, and the Danish Queen is abdicating. That's the big news. I saw it in her speech last night. And that's a big thing, but the big thing of this episode is that we're going home, so we have to drive all the way back to Denmark. And this time we are going to try and see how quick we can do it. I have set it to no saving of the battery, so we're just going to drive and see how many stops and where we are going to stop and how it's going to be to stop all these times. But first, breakfast, coffee, and then give the key back, and then we can head home. Snowy morning, and we are on our way down with our key before we are heading to Denmark yet again. But it's a nice, comfy, snowy morning. It's a bit cold, but well, there's no people out. And the time is also, around 9 or something like that. And it is simply so desolate. If we had more time, I would have taken a great walk around before heading back home. But we have work tomorrow, so we are heading back home early so we can manage to get to Denmark before midnight. So let's see how it goes. But first, I just have to find the place to deliver the key. So we are at the first charging stop. It's freezingly cold out here. First charging stop of the day is an Ionity charger, and well, the weather is not with us as the pictures will show. But we are here to charge up to 50%. We arrived with 17, and my son just have to cough. Yeah. The navigation app said we should arrive here with 14% from the start. We were down at 11, but we ended here on 17%. Now we have to charge it to 50%, and then we are on to the clever charger where we charge for free, and there we have to fill it up to 80% before we can drive on. But getting out here and getting around, well, I wish the camera was on, because it was... We were on ice skate, Bambi on ice, around a charger. But let's get this one to 50% and let's get back on the road and head towards Denmark, where they say it's 5 degrees above zero, because right now it's below. And it is cold as something I will not pronounce. But let's get to 50 and let's hit the road. So we are at the second charge stop of the day. I just have to have my coffee. It's from, well, the gas station behind me. But this is a great stop. It is, well, we also stopped here on the way up. It was there we got a little pork burger. If you didn't catch that episode, then I will link it down in the description. But, well, check it out after this episode. For now, we are charging. We have to charge up to 80% to continue our journey at a clever stand, which means it is free of charge. Yeah, it's included in our subscription, so we don't have to pay for this charge. But basically, in a snowy weather, we are just heading back to the car, turning on the car, getting some heat, while we wait for the car to charge all the way up to the 80%. And then we can head on towards the next stop, and hopefully soon some lunch. But let's just take a quick look what is there at this charge point. There's actually a McDonald's over behind me, and a Q8, a restaurant and a burger bar. Yeah, the amenities you need when on the go for a quick stop, and you can actually go for a walk, just not in the snow. So by now we're heading back and heading into the car. Fun little side note, we are still here at Munkedal and we are still charging. We're almost at our 80%, so we'll be driving in a moment. But a line is forming. Right now I can count 2 cars, and one of the occupants of the car is jumping up and down and acting like, well, like someone who doesn't want to wait. Unfortunately, that is, well, what you have to do when you're driving an EV. But in one moment I will be giving up my space so he can get in, because then I'm at 80%, and it, well, time-wise, it is better to charge up to 80% and then drive it down to roughly 15-20% and then up to 80 down, because time-wise when charging is way faster, because from 80 to 100 it is way too slow. So in a moment I'll be driving on from Munkedal towards Göteborg. It actually is called Hirsingbeckbackdal. And then we will be heading off, still towards Denmark. So we are just stopped at Circle K, but yeah, I don't have the charge app, so I hopefully can get it to run. I'm trying to get it on my phone here. Yes, allow to set in the password. Oh, it wants all sorts of information. Who am I? It shouldn't be this complicated to just set up an app. Seriously, you should be able to pay with your card and then move on, because it might be once or twice I'm charging at Circle K. It's the first time on this trip. But I just have to figure out a code and I accept the terms and conditions. My account has been set up. Now I just have to set up my payment also and my birthday, and they want to know everything about me, just so I'm able to charge. That's the only problem with EVs today. Apparently I have to put in my birthday, and it is, I know it's for verification and all these kind of things, but yeah, I have the 16th of December 1985, which it doesn't seem to recognize. Oh, November. Finally. It kept setting back to the 1st of January 1995, so yeah. Now it is preparing. Oh, I need to add a payment card. Of course I have to add a payment card. It should not be simple. No. Seriously. Why all these things just to charge? And now I have to remember not to speak my card out loud. I have a tendency to do so when I'm putting it into these kind of things. So I just want to make sure I am not hitting the wrong numbers. Expiration date. There. And pay all of 0 crowns, and then I can get it to charge. And typical Danish, you have to use MitID, which is a Danish app for electronic verification. It's a national app. It's actually quite great. For the most part, it's actually also irritating because you needed to be able to use your Danish cards and all these kind of things. Now I think I understand why there's not as many people on Circle K who is charging. The app is simply not working. Seriously, I cannot charge via the app. And it should even be able to recognize my car. But it keeps saying it's reserving the money, it is reserving the money, it is reserving the money, and it just doesn't attach. So we never got the Circle K web to work, but we are now at a Prime, I believe it's called, and we are charging with 49 kilowatts. Yeah, it is charging at all it can, and we're almost there. At 54%, we can move on and we can get to our destination at Varberg. And if you're Dane, you know that Varberg is a comedian, but it's also a town in Sweden. It's... and my GPS is talking to me. But we're charging now, and we can get on from Göteborg down towards Denmark because we have to get back after our little Circle K mishap. It's not a good, promotion for Circle K. Luckily, I'm not sponsored by them, because otherwise I would have had to turn them down. But yeah, let's get on and let's get back on track. So we're at the next charge stop, and it is ramping up and saying yee because it's about to charge the car. So while it's charging, we are heading off to getting something to eat because we are hungry, and they are not following along. They are complaining that I did not lock the car. Now I have locked the car. But time for something to eat, and I think we got a rose garden here. Yes, you heard me right. We are heading over to see if it's something interesting while the car is charging up to 100% so we can get on. And it's free of charge because it's still a clever stand, so yeah, no money out. So the Rose Garden restaurant, yeah, they call it Neo-Asian, I call it a little too big a dip in the fryer. It's a Chinese restaurant, as Chinese restaurants are the most. It has a lot of fried food, but it is actually quite good. And it is better than McDonald's. It is, well, it's nice with some variety. Let's get back to the car and see if we are at 100% so we can continue down, because we have over 300 kilometers left until we are back in Denmark, or back home at least, in Slagelse. So, time to head on. You want to see something really stupid? I'm holding at the charger still here in Varberg. And right in front of me, a car with its headlights on, so I can't see shit and I can't see how to get out of this. I could drive straight out. But he's actually holding me back from driving away from the charger, since he's holding way too close to me. And I'm not going to tell him to move away, I'm just charging a little bit more. Because I'm that kind of person. I know it's petty, but what the heck? I have the time for it. So the last destination was a problem. We couldn't charge, the mirror charger wouldn't charge, nothing would charge. We drove a little on, and we are at a McDonald's, and there's the recharge. On recharge we use the Easy Park app, and it works. It works every time instead of Circle K, which doesn't work. We try and it doesn't work. We try Mia, doesn't work. We tried recharge. Easy Park app. Works, no problem. Starts like it should. Alternatively, we could use Teslas, which are all the way over there. But why use Tesla supercharger when this one works for us? So yeah, and you can charge other cars on Tesla's charging network. But that's a whole other story. I will cover that in another episode. So we are at the final stop here in Sweden. Yeah, we are ready to charge up the last part. I just have to throw out my garbage. And the nearest garbage can is, of course, on the other side of the charging area. I will say this. Being an EV driver, some things have to improve. First of all, we are now at the setup, and also was in the first episode. Check it out down in the description. Secondly, it is very windy out here. And thirdly, you have to have patience, because this is going to take some time to charge up this car. And we are 17% and we need to charge up to 100. And we're at the final stop. We are here in Køge, depending on how you pronounce it. And we need to fill up to 100%, and we are at 33. So we are going to be waiting here for some time. So we are going to go for a little relaxing walk, stretching our legs. Hopefully soon we will be able to get on, because I want to get home. I want to get to bed. It's late. It is, well, what time is it? It is right around 11, and I have to go to work tomorrow morning. So hopefully soon we're ready. We can take the final stretch. We can get home. We can get to sleep. So we are almost at 100%, and then it's the trip home. And this means that I arrive home with a battery of approximately 56%, and I need to get back to here tomorrow. If it's above 56%, I have plenty of battery to get to work. So let's see how it holds up, because I am hopeful that I reach with 60%. Also because I have to go this trip forth and back so many times, so the more I can save on the battery, the better on these trips. But I will talk much more about it in my Car Talks, a new podcast that will come on this channel. But for now, I have 5 minutes and then it's fully charged and we can go home and head to bed.